So I was very fortunate to see 1917 at the movie theaters, and this was like was it December of 2025 too. So this was like pre-COVID. So this was like before the movie theaters got shut down, and basically we're all watching movies at home. But no, this was definitely a movie to be watched at the movie theaters, and it's not just some like war movie that you've seen before, but it was just the way it was filmed that made it very unique. So, first off, the story is set in 1917 during World War One, and we follow two characters who have been put on a mission, a suicide mission, basically, to deliver a message to a battalion of an ambush or a trap that the Germans are setting up for this battalion that they're trying to warn. Now, the thing is that they would have to go through miles and miles of travels through enemy territory and, also try to survive. And these are two just random soldiers, although the one thing about these soldiers is that one of them has a brother in that battalion and is told that if this message doesn't get to the battalion on time, not only are the battalions going to be killed, but his brother along with them. So that's somewhat of a motivation of getting, the soldiers on the move and willing to risk it all to complete this mission. Now, the thing about this film was the way it was filmed. Okay, so when you first sit down and watch it, you're introduced to the two main characters, and then next thing you know, when the camera starts rolling, you notice that it doesn't seem to stop. And what it's trying to give off is a complete continuation of like just filming. Like if you watch a lot of other films, like there's a lot of cuts or transitions, but in this one, it gives that feel of like you're just following these two soldiers through the battlefield, through the trenches, through no man's land, through the ruins of Europe during the war. And that just made it all more real because it's pretty much like you're there. And when you're there, you're basically going through like all the, dangers, all the horrors of war. And the crazy part is that, you actually do get that feeling. I mean, I'll tell you this, man. When I was sitting in the theater, and this was like a really long movie too, so I wanted to go use the bathroom because one, I drank a lot of soda and a lot of water, but the thing was like I didn't want to miss a moment of it, but also at the same time I was getting, that feel of like, the dangers like surrounding all of us because, without any cuts or transition, it almost feels like you're, there's no pause button. Like it's always going to keep rolling. And the funny thing too is that when I was in the movie theater, I remember one person up in the front rows was getting up to, go use the bathroom or get, food. I remember there was a scene where he gets to a city and all of a sudden like there's a sniper like trying to take down one of the main characters. And so I remember when that sniper rifle went off, the guy that was getting up like was just flinching, like like he was getting shot at. And we were all flinching in the movie theater. I remember specifically like that one particular scene, like as soon as we see that sniper fire, like we're all just like in that mode of like, holy crap, dude, where's it coming from? And we know at this point that there's no cuts or transition, and so everything's all happening in real time. That's at least what we were getting the feel of. And that's why, having that continuous shot really made a huge difference. Now, there is an interesting fact about those continuous shots is that there's actually a cut. Now, I have a challenge for all you filmmakers out there. In fact, even like all you moviegoers, if you guys watch the film again, try and see where the editor cleverly like snuck in like a transition. Like one that I've was able to pinpoint was when both the main characters were going through a trench and then they go into a bunker, and as the camera is following behind, they go into a dark bunker, and that's pretty much where I want to say like a transition happened. It was a cleverly done transition, and I'd say like, hey, they did a good job of hiding that. And also on top of that, it's just the long takes that they had to do between like cleverly transition that they put in. And that was something that I believe a lot of the actors during an interview said was the most challenging, is like just trying not to mess up as much as you can, because you are doing long takes. So definitely kudos to all the actors for that too. And speaking of actors, if you watch this film too, you'll notice that the two actors that are the main characters are actually not that well known compared to the other actors who were like cameos in this film. So you have Benedict Cumberbatch, Colin Firth, Mark Strong, and a few others that were just making appearances, but you only see them for a few minutes and then like they're just gone. And then you're just following these two like lesser known actors. And the thing that was, very unique about this selection was the director, Sam Mendes, he purposely chose two less known actors to play this role, because it just plays so much well with just the story, as well as like the war itself. Because when you think about it, right, there's a lot of unknown soldiers out there, because there's like thousands, if not millions, that were involved in this war, or just war in general. So we don't know all about these different soldiers, and each of these soldiers has a story to tell. And this particular story with these two unknown individual soldiers is, that they're on a mission to save a battalion from getting into a trap with enemy soldiers. So that's where you're just left wondering and thinking, man, how many other like stories out there that we don't know about? In fact, it makes you just ask a war veteran, like whatever war they were involved in. It was like, just, hey, what's your story? And it did accomplish one thing, and that is to give you that feel of like being in the fight. And not like some other war films I've seen where you're watching a war film, you're actually a part of it. And that again has to do with like the continuous shots, and then also the unknown dangers like everywhere the characters went. And you're just with the camera movements, it's almost like you're there following along with them, and you're just literally like hiding in the seats and like ducking as you're trying to go out to use the restroom. And it's just absolutely phenomenal. And again, I was so fortunate enough to be able to see this at the movie theaters, with the dark room, the surround sound. It really did give you the feel. But I mean, you should still watch it anyways, because it was just such a phenomenal film and really well done. And the actors, the crew that were all involved in this definitely deserve like so much credit for like showcasing this. I mean, it's just absolutely like phenomenal. All right, guys, hope you guys found this review helpful. And if you guys already seen the film, let me know what you guys think. And for those of you guys who are wondering more about this film and also anything else that you might have missed, let me know in the comments below. Also, if you guys want to check out more of my work, you can find them on my social media network. And if you guys haven't done so, definitely click on that subscribe button. That way you guys can get more updates on any events or projects I'll be involved in. But until then, guys, this is Jason Lore with Jason Lore Photography and Films, bringing you art, stories, and entertainment. And we'll see you guys at the movies.